Look at this checkerboard pattern. You see two squares, A and B. They look like different colors, right? Square B, under the shadow, appears darker than A. But what if I told you they are the exact same color? Do you believe me? This isn't just a visual trick, it's a betrayal from your own brain. An animated graphic removing the shadow and revealing identical colors. Pause for a moment and consider this. If your eyes cannot detect the real color, what exactly is your brain showing you? Today, we are entering the astonishing world of color illusions to understand how our brain filters and reconstructs color reality for survival. This video will change your perception of the world. The reason we are so easily fooled is not a flaw. It is an evolutionary masterpiece refined over millions of years. We call it color constancy. Our brain doesn't just see colors, it's a master interpreter. It estimates the color of the light source, subtracts that influence, and presents us with what the object should be, regardless of the confusing lighting conditions. This process starts right in your eye. Your retina contains two main types of photoreceptors: rods, which are highly sensitive to light intensity, brightness, and shadow, and millions of cones, which are responsible for detecting color. We have three types of cones: one sensitive to long wavelengths, L, perceived as red, medium, M, green, and short, S, blue. This is the foundation of our trichromatic vision. But even these receptors are not passive cameras. They fatigue and work in opposition to each other, a concept known as the opponent process theory. For example, when you stare intensely at a patch of bright green, your green-sensitive cones quickly become exhausted. When you look away at a white surface, those tired green cones temporarily send a weaker signal than the opposing red channel, causing you to see a flash of red afterimage, a color that isn't even physically present. Your brain is literally generating a color to compensate for the imbalance. This fatigue and compensation are the core mechanisms that make the world appear stable. Consider our ancestors. If a banana, a source of vital calories, looked orange under the sunset, greenish-yellow under the forest canopy, and bluish-white under the noon sky, they would be constantly confused. The inability to identify a ripe banana based on its true stable color could mean the difference between survival and starvation. Color constancy is a life-saving heuristic, a mental shortcut. This compensatory power is exactly what Edward Edelson exploited with his famous checker-shadow illusion. When your brain sees the cylinder and the shadow, your rod's intensity receptors tell your brain square B is in deep shadow, therefore the light hitting it is less intense. Your brain performs an instantaneous calculation. It knows that for B to look the same shade of gray as A, B must be reflecting more light to compensate for the deep shadow. It computes B as lighter than A, when in reality they are identical. The illusion is not a failure of vision, it's an extreme example of the brain's attempt to be too helpful. The fragility of our constructed color reality has been a goldmine for scientists and a source of viral conflict for the public. 1. The simultaneous contrast illusion. This is a classic demonstration of boundary influence. The gray square on the black background appears lighter than the identical gray square on the white background. This is due to lateral inhibition, the tendency of active cells in the retina to dull the response of their neighbors. The highly active black boundary makes the adjacent gray look brighter, while the less active white boundary dulls the adjacent gray. 2. The blue-black or white-gold dress illusion. If Edelson's illusion was a scientific trick, the dress was a global accidental experiment. The problem lay in a poor quality photo with highly ambiguous lighting. Was the dress lit by a blue-tinted fluorescent light, an artificial cool light source? Or was it lit by a golden yellow spotlight, a warm, strong light source? People whose brains assumed the background light was bright daylight instantly performed ambient light removal, seeing the underlying colors as they truly were, blue and black. However, people whose brains assumed the light source was dark and internal, like a spotlight, saw the blue as white and the black as gold, because their brain was adding blue and black back in to compensate for the assumed bright spotlight. The ambiguity in the light source forced a split in human perception, proving that our visual experience is entirely individual and dependent on assumptions we make about the environment. Furthermore, there is a phenomenon called metamerism. Two objects are metamers if they appear to be the same color under one type of lighting, example, standard daylight, but appear to be completely different colors under another light source, example, fluorescent light or LED. This is because the two objects reflect a different distribution of light wavelengths, but your L, M, and S cones happen to report the same sum total under one specific light. This is a nightmare for the fashion, automotive, and interior design industries, where color matching across different materials is critical. Beyond the retina and visual cortex, colors are a powerful silent language that speaks directly to our limbic system, the part of the brain governing emotion and memory. This is where the deception shifts from perceptual to emotional. Why? Colors are deeply tied to our memories, cultural experiences, and ancient biological wiring. Red. This color is biologically stimulating. It's the color of blood, fire, and ripeness. This dual nature means that in one context, it can signal danger and aggression, but in another, it stimulates passion and appetite. Studies show seeing red can elevate heart rate and stimulate your appetite, hence its use in fast food branding. Blue. Blue is the antithesis of red. It is the color of the clear sky and calm water. It is a powerful psychological tool for inspiring trust, security, and competence. This is why the vast majority of banks, technology companies, and financial institutions strategically use shades of blue to gain audience confidence. This color whispers, "It is safe here. Trust us." Yellow. This color is perhaps the most emotionally complex. On one hand, it symbolizes joy, optimism, and energy, the color of the sun. But it is also culturally associated with caution, warning, think traffic lights, illness, and often deceit. The context completely redefines its emotional impact. Cultural variation. The emotional impact of color is not universal. In many Western cultures, white symbolizes purity and weddings. In many Eastern cultures, including parts of Africa and Asia, white is the color of death, mourning, and ghosts. Meanwhile, in China, red is overwhelmingly a lucky color associated with prosperity and marriage. The color you choose affects not only the individual's hardwired brain response, but also their deeply ingrained cultural predispositions. Corporations are not merely decorating, they are engaging in a precise scientific dialogue with your subconscious mind. They use colors as a lying language to manipulate consumer behavior, a subtle deception you are almost never aware of. 1. The organic lie. Food packaging designed with olive green, earthy brown, and cream tones immediately triggers the brain to assume the product is healthier, more natural, and eco-friendly. This natural association overrides your rational thought. Your brain defaults to healthy without reading a single ingredient. 2. The luxury deception. Color is used to manufacture value. A company logo that uses matte black, deep silver, or rich gold makes its products appear more expensive, exclusive, and high quality. This strong association has no link to the actual cost of goods. It merely creates a false sense of value and encourages high-end purchasing. 3. The speed and action trick. Websites are engineered to generate immediate action, using bright orange or highly saturated red for buy now or click here buttons creates a sense of urgency, excitement, and energy. These colors literally demand attention and compel you to act fast and without reflective thought, significantly boosting conversion rates. Understanding this goes beyond simple aesthetics. Studies show that 90% of snap judgments about products are based on color alone. Furthermore, the wrong color can actively harm a brand's message. Imagine a bank using bright, chaotic orange. It instantly screams volatility instead of trust. Corporations spend millions of dollars in focus groups and neuromarketing to ensure their colors are perfectly aligned with the emotional deception they want to deploy. The next time you look at a product in the supermarket, remember, that color is a calculated strategy, not an accident. So our eyes are not merely cameras recording reality. They are intelligent, highly filtered, and compensating tools that constantly interpret the world based on light, shadow, and context. The next time you see a color, remember that your brain is performing a vital compensating operation that keeps your world stable. Colors lie to us, but these sweet lies are the price of our remarkable visual intelligence. And now, the final question. Knowing these facts, which color illusion surprised you the most? Did the opponent process theory make you see the world differently? Was the blue-black dress story the most bizarre confirmation of subjective reality? Or does your brain still stubbornly refuse to accept that square A and B are the same color? Tell us your answer in the comments section below. Please like this video and share it with friends who think their eyes never lie to them.